Hi and welcome to another day of Swift coding, and in this we're going to have a look at a closure, and we're going to use that closure to sort through some strings. And you might use this for one of your projects if you have to do something alphabetical, and you have to sort them from last to first or first to last. Another thing would be counting the characters in each of the strings. So create a new playground, and this is where we're going to play around with it, and I'll just call it sort. And I'll show you how you can take it from a function into a really simple line of code. So first we need something to sort. So let's create our, we're going to just use names, and it's going to be an array. We'll have Bill, Ted, Murray, who else? Barry, and dude, and really long name is his name. So they're not strings yet, but just double click on them and press shift and the inverted commas, and you can easily change that. All right, so there we go. All right, if you want to now, try and do it yourself. How would you sort through these names? All right, let's have it a go. So names, and let's see if there's anything built in. A good place to start is look at what's going on. All right, so sort. We've got a sort function. So let's see what this does. And now it cannot do it to a value that's immutable, which means I need to change that to var. Let's do it. And it's going to sort through it. So let's run that now. That should work. And let's have a look at that. And it's sorting through them alphabetically. All right, B, C, D, M, R, T. There we go. So that is probably the shortest way to sort through something alphabetically. Now, if you wanted to do that and reverse them, I don't think there's a reverse sort, but how would you do that? There's your next challenge. So how would you... Now this is... so let's go alpha names. There we go. Just so we know what that is. So it's sorted the names alphabetically. All right, and I'm not using it, so, well, let's print it, just so I'm using it. Print alpha names. Now, if you didn't want to print it, you just want to leave it there, you're not going to use it again, all you have to do is, well, you'd have to do that. But we want it there, just so we know. You could do a comment if you want, that would be quite good, or just print it, you know. Print alpha names, alpha sort, huh? Where is it? There it is. There we go. That'll print it down below in the debugger for us. It's inferred to but not used. I didn't spell it right either. Hang on. There we go. Let's do it properly. All right, so that's done. Now, how would you reverse that? Actually, I'm gonna... I'll leave it, will I? Yeah, I'll turn it into a variable. Now, the thing is, when we've done this and it said this is not a variable, so what we've done here is we've shuffled the original value. So now names, if I print that out again, it will be sorted alphabetically. Now, if you didn't want that to happen and wanted to keep the original value, what would you do? We'll come back to the reversing one in a minute. All right, so first you have to assign it. Names sorted, or original names maybe. Oh yeah, sorted by alpha equals names. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm assigning the original value to here. And then, now I want this to be a variable because I have to change it. And then I'm going to sort it instead. And that's it. We'll print it, we'll have a look. Name sorted by equals that, yeah. But when I assigned it, seems to have disappeared, hasn't it? Maybe don't assign that again. All right, don't assign it again. Basically, when you're assigning, what happened there, I assigned it to another variable, and what it does is it grabs whatever's left over and assigns it to that variable, so there's nothing left over. So it's going to be empty. But here we go. Here's our names sorted by alpha. All right, and that will mean the original value has changed. So print, there we go. And then we'll get it there. Okay, so that's what happened there. All right, quickest way. I hope you've been working on this in the meantime. How would we reverse it? And what I'm going to do is just reverse it. So names sorted by alpha dot reverse. There we go. And we'll print this again just to compare. There we go. So we've got Barry through to Ted, then Ted back to Barry. All right, cool. So that's how to do that. Now, another challenge. How would you, now they're all built in, but we haven't really looked at a enclosure yet. So how would you do it with an enclosure? All right, let's try it. So you can do it like, usually some people would do this, they'd create a function. Let's say we want to create an alpha backwards function, okay? And what it's going to do, it's going to take in a couple of variables like string1, and let's put in another one, string2. It'll take those in, and then it's going to sort through them with the Boolean. And then underneath it, you use that Boolean to figure it out. So if string1 is greater than string2, we're going to return that, true or false. Okay, so that's going to do that. And then we can push this into our sort method. So let's do that. All right, so let alpha names2 equals names dot sorted by, and this is where we put our method in, alpha backwards. Now it puts in this extra stuff in there, don't worry about that, just get rid of that. And we'll print alpha names2. All right, it's going to grab them. All right, so the original ones, they're not sorted. Oh, they are actually, those ones. Did we adjust the original one? I don't think we did. Nope. I'm just going to check that. Print names. Unless if I type them in there alphabetically. No, I haven't. Let's run that again. I'll get rid of some of these other prints actually. So it's using 2 backslashes to get rid of those. Let's print it again. All right, so original is Bill, Ted, Murray. Yep, so that's not alphabetically sorted. And then here we go. It's sorted backwards here. Now, I can see what happened. We've sorted through them backwards here and assigned them to alpha names 2, and that's why I'm getting it there. And then I was a bit confused. I thought it had, you know, changed them, but it hasn't. And there's the original array there of the names. All right, so that's how you do it with that. Now you can actually watch how I can change this all together. into this, we're going to create an enclosure in here with this function. So all you have to do is grab all of that and you can put it inside there. All right, so we're sorting by. We're going to get all of this. All right, and we might want to change it a little bit though. Yeah, bool in and return. I want to put it all inside curly brackets. So let's do that. So in here, you put your curly brackets, grab all of this, and let's copy it and put it inside here. All right, so that's all in there. Let's get rid of some of this stuff and get rid of the extra curly brackets in there. All right, looking good sort of so far. Let's get rid of that because that was for the function. Yeah, bool sorted by. That should work. Bool, okay. And then one extra word you have to put in. There we go, that did it. So that's how you can turn that function, put it inside here, and this becomes an enclosure, and it's all done within this here. All right, so bool in return. Now you can even simplify that even further. I'm just going to work with this. You might have to rewind it to this point, so make note of this time. Or actually, what I'll do, I'll copy it, and then I'm just going to comment it out. So that's what we had originally. Now watch how far you can change it. We can get rid of the return. Okay. We can also get rid of the string and it'll infer this. So you have to be careful. Make sure they're strings. Okay. And then what else can we get rid of? We can get rid of. We've got the in. We can even get rid of this actually. Yeah, so that's the next step. I'm just gonna copy that and comment that, and you can take it even further. And we can just get rid of that, and we can use a shorthand, they call it. So what we do is this is the shorthand for that value, and this is the shorthand for the next value, and that does it as well. If you don't believe me, I'll just print this. And there's our names, alpha names. I might call it backwards too. Yeah. Okay, put that in there. I'll change these other ones as well. All right, cool. So that's a really, now you can take it one step further. Yep, you can. So copy that. Let's put it down here, comment it out, get rid of that. Now, if they're both the same value, it should work. There we go. And don't even need those anymore. And let's run that. All right, so that's how you do it. The other way would be like the first way where we just do sort and then reverse. So I wonder, actually, I haven't tried this yet, but let's try this all on one line. I wonder if you can do it like sequential. I'm just going to comment this one out and put reverse on the end. No. Worth a go. Anyway, you just got to experiment. You never know. Maybe they'll add that to an update. All right, so that's that. All right, let's throw another challenge at you. How would you sort the names by the largest to the smallest with characters? All right, there's your challenge. Have a go. Try and use some of the code we've already messed around with. If you want a hint, listen now or pause. The hint is count. You'll need to use that. All right, let's have a go. Now I don't think I can do it with this shorthand here. It's just a bit too short. I'm going to use the one above it actually. Let's grab it. And I guess I might, hang on. I'll get this and put that there, get rid of it. All right. Now, grab this one. And then all you have to do, it infers the string characteristics. So all we have to do is .c, and that gives us count. And so it's going to count those characters and then count those as well and compare them with our comparative there. And then I'm going to print that. We'll have to change the name too, so it'll be largest to smallest. That'll be it. Okay, give it a go. Oh, I've got an error up here, so it's not liking me. Is that okay? Yeah, that's okay. So from the largest to the smallest, we would do that. And if you wanted this the other way around, just reverse that. And that's how you do that. Cool. So that's an introduction to enclosures, some built-in functions that are already there. Sort. It's a great one for sorting your arrays. Just remember, it will adjust your original array if you just sort it. So what did I do? Assigned it to another variable and then sorted it. If you want to keep the original just as a reference point. Yeah, so that's it for today. Have a good one. See you soon.